Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. How is everybody tonight? Okay, JB, there's two of you on my. Do I do this one or the other one? I have no idea, but somehow there are two of them. Hold on. See, look. Hello, do you have subtitles here? Pardon us for a minute.
Working.
Hold on, I got. Okay, sorry, we're having some technical difficulties. Jamie is hearing impaired, so needs subtitles. So I'm not sure. Are there subtitles here or no?
No, phone to use.
Okay, we got just.
Okay, we should.
And I had a spammer too in that, and I blocked them. Look at that. So, hello everybody. Welcome. We'll let Jamie get their stuff situated. Welcome, Regina, and Angie Wolf is here, and Brandy, Brian Buchan, Melissa Pritchard, welcome. Michelle Brown, welcome. Welcome, Amber Sanchez. We had a spammer. We will just delete that one. Somehow it won't let me delete it. I don't know. I said Angie and Melissa. Welcome, Lisa and Eileen Locke. Angela Lynn, good evening from Pennsylvania. You're in Pennsylvania. Jamie's in Pennsylvania too. Regina, welcome. Oh, and Melissa's in Dacula, Georgia. I'm in Florida. I'm like right on the Florida-Georgia line. And Debbie says, so excited, hoping to get a read, need help in knowing how my younger son's life will be going. Will he become healthy again and have happiness in his life? Please, any help would be so appreciated. And help me gain some peace, and thank you. What Jamie does is spirit-led, so just be open to receive, and she does her best to connect. They do their best to connect to spirits that come through. But I know they can answer your question as far as his being healthy and everything. Definitely. We're happy to see you too. And I'm going to hop over. Oh, Melissa's in St. Simmons, Georgia for vacation. I don't know where that is. I know where Tybee Island is, and I know where, like I'm right on the Florida-Georgia line. And then over, Carrie Kalinsky is in Northeast Pennsylvania. Jessica Rivera there, and Stacy Green, they're over on
Northeast.
Facebook. Yeah, there's a lot of Pennsylvania. And then Tawny says they're open for their spirit family if they feel I need a message, watching from Australia. And Nelia's watching from Canada. We got people from all over the place. Debbie said, thank you. So do you have your subtitles or your phone figured out?
Sort of. It seems like it's getting garbled somewhat. Are you did you say you had 2 of me?
Yeah, there's 2 of
Were
you.
you able to resolve that or no?
Was I able to what?
Okay. Are you able to figure out which one was the second one? Keep that one
Keep
because
the
that's the one
second,
I'm on.
remove. Okay, remove the first one.
Yes.
Okay, if she happens to leave, we'll bring her back. There, I kicked the first one out. Maybe that'll help. Does that help? You're still here. She's still here. She's still here.
Okay. Okay.
I'm so sorry. I
Now I
apologize, guys.
don't see
We can
the
see and hear you.
oh boy.
Oh, Angie says she used to live outside Atlanta and hated it. Do you know we have to always go through Atlanta to travel, and we have to plan when you go through Atlanta because it's so horrendous. And Toledo, Lisa's in Toledo. I had all my children in Ohio.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
trying
we
to
got.
figure out you have
They're
me
still
on.
here, but I don't know if they have.
Oh
Yeah,
goody, there we go. Well, it was okay for a second.
I'm like, you're here. We can see you. We can hear you. Just hopefully you have your subtitles or your captions, I mean.
Yeah, well, I've got them running on another screen, but when you were having the dupes of me, it was getting all scrambled.
Okay, good. Yeah, we're in Gwinnett, north of Atlanta. Traffic is insane. Yes. Yes. I live in the country. Are you in the city? You're in the city, aren't you?
Me, I'm actually in a small town. I'm in Lancaster County, and Columbia is kind of a small town. In it that's maybe about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes from Lancaster City. And there's a lot of lovely farm country between the two.
I miss the farm. Well, we have farms here, but it's just totally different. They're watermelon farms and stuff. It's flat where I'm at. I miss the rolling hills and.
Yes, we're now in that season known as fertilizer season.
And Angela's in reading. You got a bunch of you from 45 minutes away. She's 45 minutes away.
Oh yes,
A bunch of you from Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
Do you know my
so yes, may
That's
see
crazy.
some of the events that I have that I participate in and such.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Jamie's going to do spirit-led readings tonight. And what that means is they drop in and they allow the spirits, they open to spirits and they allow them to come through. And they will describe to you what they see, feel, hear, whatever they pick up. And then your job is to be open to receive and let us know if it resonates with you, if it doesn't, and what does, what resonates and makes sense. Because sometimes there's, two, so we have to sort out who goes with you. It's just kind of like charades in a way. But they get lots of details.
I'm picking up on a dog first this time.
Okay. Well, I'm going to step out and let you do your thing. I'm here if you need.
This dog definitely seems to want to come through. Has ears that I would say are pit bull ears, or similar breed to pit bull. I'm not real good at identifying breeds per se. So, but has that those up and rounded down, up and then go down type of ear, brown face. Definitely a bully breed. Very fat feet. It's a brown. It's not real dark brown. It's kind of that mid shade of brown that's rather typical of a lot of your bully breeds, your pit bull breeds. But it does see white on the chest area. I don't know if this resonates with anybody yet. But this particular dog is definitely, yes, I would say puppy age, relatively young dog, full of energy. It seems like very full of energy. Um, that's actually, yes, a star type of thing is kind of where the impression I got of it was kind of like a star type of thing, and that. Yeah, the color of the dog is mostly like that light brown. It could be a boxer. Like I said, I'm not real good at knowing at identifying breeds. So, um, but has the ears that like if you know what I mean when I say a pit bull ears where it goes up and then flops down. Angie Wolf said, "Oh my God, my dog got run over by my boss. She was my baby. I had panic attacks when she passed. Mine was a pit." Yeah, I believe that that's probably the one that you're telling that I'm connecting with, because it definitely seems to have a pit type of energy in there. I have a pit Zeus, so I know a little bit about pits and that, and like I can recognize their ear patterns and things like that. And though the one that I'm seeing, this puppy has a little bit wider head shape than what my um, one has. So, but then again, a lot of pits do because mine had a little bit of the other. She said she didn't let anyone get near me. She was dark gray pit bull. Yeah, what I was seeing it more as like that mid shade of brown. So it might not be. I might be getting piggybacks too going on. Um, okay, Melissa Pinnell Pritchard said that her son is in spirit with his dog, and she was a pit mix. Yeah, it seems like there's a few dogs that are kind of gathering together there. Um, Angie, did yours have some sort of a yellow toy that she liked to play with? I see what could be like a yellow blanket or like a yellow stuffy. Oh, her name was Nanners. The maybe that's why I'm seeing the yellow toy. She said she was light brown tannish with a white patch like star on her chest. Yes. That's the one I was seeing. That she had every toy. The message I'm seeming to feel is that even though her time here wasn't as long as you'd have liked, she loves you and you gave her a wonderful life, and that she lived it as fully as any dog could. And she does check in on you. I seem to see the phenomenon of where you're corner eyeing, where you'll kind of catch some walking by at the corner of your eye. As soon as you look directly, you don't see it. Definitely getting a bit of that. And Andy Wolf said, I cried off and on for over a year. She loves you. Always will. And I'm hearing that I'm not sure if you have a literal paw print of hers or not, but I'm hearing the phrase that her paw print is still on your heart and always will be. Carrie Kolozinski had said, I'm so sorry, Angie. It's never easy. There was somebody who had one with the bat-like ears, and I seemed to connect with that one as well. And Andy Wolf said, my grandbaby just made me a paw print last night. Confirmations. Yeah. Angela Lynn. Yeah, the one that you had, was the tumor by chance near the stomach area? Possibly between the chest and stomach? You said you had a tan one white chest past of a tumor. Yours would stand up like bat's ears. Because the one that I had tapped into, I felt his name was Brooklyn, my son's dog. He also passed 2 months ago, and I found out he is with my son. Yeah. Because yes, it was. Because I was feeling like right in here, like a very like that lumpy feeling, in that area, right in that chest belly solar plexus region on a human. And he was a good dog for you, and he's with your son, which the beauty of that is that they have each other on the other side there. I'm also seeing a couple of family, familial energies around too, taking care of them both. The one seems to be an older gentleman. Not sure if it's a grandfather or an uncle, but that kind of energy that's, entertaining the child, doing a little bit of that, the coin behind the ear trick. Seem to see that kind of thing either. It's, the fun, keeping the kid entertained type of energy. And playing with the dog as well, doing has a stick. I'm seeing a stick, but it's like put it by the dog and then make it go in circles so the dog will start spinning around trying to get it, and them playing. Yeah. Said they are best friends. Yes, my son was 21 when he passed 2 months ago. Seeming to see. His son would do that too. Yeah, they play with a stick. The sense I'm getting from your son, I'm feeling a lot of pressure right here. Did he have something going on with the in the chest area, like with his lungs, difficulty breathing, and that could have been the direct thing, or it could be sometimes that happens when there's like a medication reaction or things like that too, where it can cause someone to stop breathing or something. And I've felt it sometimes with that as well. But usually this area, when I feel that, I usually associate it with either chest or lungs. Sometimes when I feel that pressure there, it can be what do you call that? More of a impact or a doing the CPR. Chest collapse. Yes, that makes sense. I do get the sense that his suffering, he did not feel, he was not feeling a lot of the pain when it happened, that there was pretty instant aspects to nerves stopping in certain spots. I'm not sure if he passed right away, but what I'm feeling is as if, stopped feeling a lot of it almost immediately. So I'm not sure if that resonates or not. Yeah, that makes sense. He died instantly. He was surprised by it, but he's okay. Having his buddy there with him does help. And I get this sense off this older man that, that it's kind of I'm kind of almost seeing almost like a variety of scenes with the two of them. And that was he close with a grandfather or an uncle or someone? Yeah, Angie Wolf said, "So sorry to hear, Angela. I couldn't imagine losing one of my kids. My prayers are with you to get through this." Because what I'm seeing with these two, it's almost like almost as if they're like playing out some of the memories in time and stuff, and it strikes me as a very close bond, which if you're going to have others on the other side, it's always nice to know that there's someone there that's able to guide the way. His grandfather passed before he was born, but my son had longer hair to the shoulders, and I could see my grandfather making fun of it. Stacy Green said, "A lot of what you're saying sounds like my son, his grandfather, and his dog." Hmm. It's possible we're getting some piggybacking going on. That frequently seems to happen.
I had to add the, hold on. I got your face covered. Angie, not Angie, Carrie said, how wonderful. I never thought, oh, I love that the dog is with him. How wonderful. I never thought I'd see mine again. I thought they went to the same place. And I love that because that's been recently, there's been a lot of pets show up. And I love that for all of us that have lost our pets, that they definitely are there waiting for you. We'll greet you and they'll meet you. That's so beautiful, Jamie.
And Maddie Graham said that her son and grandfather are on the other side. Um, Stacy Green, does your son by chance have like a blondish hair? I'm seeing one set of people where the kid has hair, where the younger person has like that blondish hair, where it's like what you might call dishwater blonde, where it's not necessarily as vibrant a blonde. Um, okay. Yes, they're together as well. And did your your son and his grandfather ever go fishing? I seem to see some sort of fishing pole thing there. all the time when my son was younger. They're enjoying their fishing times. And their their doggy likes to run and play, and then go sit at their feet while they're doing it. I seem to see sometimes the dog going into water though, just enough to splash around a little. And Stacy Green said, "My son also went fishing by himself. That was his peace." Have lots of peaceful times together, times by himself where, you know, some of those things are the fun memories that we collect over the years. He wants you to know that they're doing well and they are giving you signs. I seem to see possibly some things with the electricals, but also some other things like specific songs that are resonating specifically where you're sitting there going, okay, this feels like they sent it. I do see Angela Lynn had said all the men in my family are fishermen. So maybe piggybacking because they're all fishing together. That seems to resonate with the way I was seeing them and such. And Maddie, your little one didn't get to go fishing, but that doesn't mean that there's any less that they want to share with you. I will come back in a moment to that. It says on the screen here. Stacy Green said, "My son loved Jelly Roll. I just went to his concert and a double rainbow appeared." Yep, that's definitely giving you some signs. And Regina Achman had said that she's seen the electricity being played with.
You know, I can't help but think my family were fishers too. So
Mhm.
somewhere up in heaven, there's a really good fishing spot, and they all found it.
Mhm.
Like seriously, isn't that like total people that fish, man? There's a good spot, and everybody's family here is all found it. Of course they would. That's just
Yes.
kind of cool. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I just kept hearing that. I love that.
Maddie, your baby. I'm seeming to see a baby blanket that may have had a fish on it. I'm not sure if that resonates or not, but your little one, if it's the one I'm seeing, is a beautiful little baby. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . and definitely is still connected and looking in on you. I want you to know that though it was short on time, you and he had a bond that will come around again when you connect with him in the future. You'll know what you will feel his energy. I'm hearing, don't cry, mommy. I'm okay. Maddie, is your mother or grandmother already on the other side? A blanket with wheels? That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Because I'm seeing an older woman that's cuddling him and making sure that he's happy. May I ask, were his eyes blue? I'm just getting, really beautiful blue in the eye area I'm seeing right now. Tammy Jones, it's on my dad's headstone, gone fishing. And Maddie Graham had said, my Nan. She's doing a good job of taking care of him. Don't worry. I didn't see any response concerning the eye color, but the color I'm seeing is such blue. Big brown ones. Who's my brown-eyed boy? I'm not sure who's the blue eyes belong to, because I just suddenly had gotten an image of blue eyes so powerfully. But again, we may be having piggybackers, or for all I know, because getting a glimpse suddenly of just the eye area, it could be your Nan's eyes for all I know with that. Or it could, like I say, be another piggybacking energy, because we've gotten. But Your child wants you to know, Maddie, that loves you, and your son that's here now has blue eyes. Okay. So you kind of connect. You now was he ever? Did he ever get to see the child you have now on this side? Because whether he got to ever meet his sibling or not, my sense is that he knows his sibling, and his sibling likely has had visits from him as well. And Angela Lynn said that her grandfather, who would be with her son fishing, had crystal blue eyes. So again, we've got a bit of that dovetailing and piggybacking aspects that tie people together in interesting ways. Yeah, for 7 months we were all together. Eddie said, yeah, I am certain that your son does visit his sibling, and over the years you may encounter times where it's like, your son that's here may mention, things related to his brother. And it's one of those things that can be a beautiful thing when children are aware of that, because they don't have to necessarily go dormant. They can continue to experience that loving relationship across the time and space. Tammy Jones, with a pic of a man in a boat in a fishing pole with fish on the end of the line. Oh, with the gone fishing on the tombstone? Yeah. Maddie Graham said, my son that's here told me I can see Bodhi. He does if I just think about him before I go to sleep. Yes. I hope this reading has been helpful for you. I'm picking up on an older woman with white hair. She's a bit on the plumper side. I wouldn't say fat though, just a little bit more plump. And she's got really round cheeks, And a smile that reminds me of just kind of a little bit mischievous smile at times, um, and really twinkly eyes. I don't want this to sound flip or anything, but when you see the pictures of Mrs. Claus with that ideal, happy smile thing, that's what kind of reminds me of the way the way she smile, the way her smile just kind of twinkles in her eyes. And that it's not just a mouth smile. It goes right on up and eyes twinkling. Um, this lady seems to have done some crafting in her time. I seem to see yarn craft particularly, and possibly some sewing as well. Sam O'Donnell, my mom passed a year ago and had blue eyes. She should be over there with multiple grandchildren who were all just babies. Well, if she's the one that had the round cheeks and that Mrs. Claus looked at just, that smiling that is right on, um, then that may be her. Lisa McGovern Bean said, sounds like my client, Helen. Yeah. And Regina Ackman said that her dad looked just like Santa. This lady, when I see her, it seems like she's got that kind of, even the older style of more fluffy dress. My grandma made hangers out of yarn daily, and she did have white hair and was always cheerful, but she wasn't plump. Ah, yeah, this lady, when I say plump, I mean, enough to have that jolly Mrs. Claus look in the face without being, fat, and that just a little on the plump side to where it's, comfortably padded, I guess you could say. And Sam O'Donnell had said she didn't have white hair, just a little grays. LOL. Yeah. Emily Shelton had said about the having made hangers out of yarn daily, and did have white hair and was always cheerful, but wasn't too plump. Um, it could be because, like I said, a little bit plump, but not lots plump. Um, but I actually relate to the making yarn covered hangers myself, and that my grandmother actually did the same thing. So my nana made um, it could be your nana Regina. She's, like I said, this person is plump, white hair, a great smile. Like I said, the kind that has the twinkle in the eye as well. Just very Kolozinski said, my grandma used to crochet blankets. That sounds like quite possible if fits the description, the one that I'm seeing, because there definitely was some crochet. Emily Chilton said, I made them all the time while we watched her soap operas. LOL. I don't think the description is right, though. Yeah. When I say plump as opposed to fat, it's like, that just a little bit of extra padding, but not to the point of, being fat or anything. But when I see this person, it's just the way that her smile lights up her eyes as well. It's one of those things that if you're related to her, you're going to know that this is what I'm talking about, because it's just that captivating. Regina said, always smile. Sounds like my Nina. Always smiling. She crocheted blankets. Yeah. Regina, I seem to be hearing something along the lines of relating to putting mint in hot cocoa. Does that resonate at all for you?
I don't know if you saw that. I think that's just adorable. She checked her, Angie Wolf checked her pendulum and said it was for Regina. And then, hold on, I got your banner on your face. I apologize. There we go. And then somebody else checked to see if it was, Lisa did, to see if it was for them, and her pendulum said no. So I love that some people are using their tool. That's awesome. Beautiful. Yeah, I thought it was for Regina too. I wanted to tell you, while you guys are doing this, they called me out because you see what I'm doing. Anyway, and someone was asking if you're looking for a reading, it's right here is where you go. And yes, the code is still active till June 20th, I believe. Someone was just asking, and here's the code. But it's for an hour reading, okay? So for an hour reading, you can use Spring 25 and you save $22, I believe. Okay, I just thought that was too funny. I had to show you. I was sitting here trying to crochet with my hand, but so how are you doing? Are you good?
Yep. And Regina did say yes when I asked about that. Yeah. Yeah. I also seem to get from that there's something you're working on now or doing that you might need a little bit of their guidance on. Don't hesitate to ask, because they will give you signs to let you know that you're on the right path when you are. I'm not sure if it has to do with employment or with some sort of other things going on, but I just get the sense that there's decisions that you're in the midst of, that they said they will give you the guidance you need. And your grandma said, be sure and take time to enjoy those small things like the mint in the hot chocolate. So if you've been feeling like you've been neglecting yourself while putting others ahead of you, take that time to do something special for yourself. And I get the sense that there are a number of loved ones who want their people here to know that and to do something special for themselves, because they know that when you're struggling, that's the most important time to actually take time to yourself. She always enjoyed babies, and Regina said, and that she was a beautiful lady, and that Regina had needed that. I hope that the reading has been helpful for you. Tammy Jones said, "Can you tell me what signs my dad is giving me?"
He was a
I'm
fisherman.
picking up. Did your dad by chance play guitar as well? Or was there anything relating to a guitar? Because first thing I saw was a guitar and like music on, like going through like a radio or something like that. So I'm not sure if he played or if it's just a case of things going, or a case of what music he might be sending you through the radio of other people and stuff. I almost seem to see channels changing though. So if you're experiencing any interweaving in communications, definitely pay attention to it. And Regina said her Nana comes as a butterfly. Yes, and you know what butterflies also represent? Transformation. So if you're making some changes, that can be a double sign there. And Andy said, "Jamie, you're amazing tonight. Thank you. Glad that I was able to be of help." Jennifer Wilkins Pearson, Munson was sending me signs. Now I've not had any since mid-April. Wonder what's going on. Sometimes there may be times where we see a lot more activity. Sometimes it's our own cyclic aspects that are as we're going through the process of grief and healing and stuff like that. When our grief is higher, it's harder to necessarily pick up on some of the signs and things like that. Sometimes it's not that the signs aren't being sent, it's just that we may not be picking up on them. But sometimes there are times where things may settle spiritually for a bit, and then we'll pick up again, almost like they're busy doing other things type of thing. Or that they've done what they've needed to show you that they're here with you, and so may not need to do so quite as frequently. And it's kind of hard because sometimes it's a matter of they know that sending too much keeps us thinking about them and makes it harder to move forward. So there, you might be wanting to look and see if you're at a point where you're needing to look at grief therapy or things like that to help heal. Please know that your son will still send you additional signs. I believe you'll be picking up some interesting birds that I'm not sure that they're typical for your area or not, but I seem to see blue colored birds as one of the things I'm seeing, but also seeing some other birds that I'm not real familiar with that look kind of funny to me.
I love that. Absolutely beautiful. Regina said her husband also does radio and guitar. Kimberly said they see hearts all the time, but I don't know who they're from. I would love to know. Sometimes we don't always know. You just have to kind of tune in. Look at this one. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I hit the wrong one. Michelle's brother.
I think my brother sent a bird to poop on my car. It was his car. Now it's mine. Yep. It's like
I love that.
I seem to
And yeah,
hear.
Regina said Blue Jays.
I seem to hear. Is your
Oh, that's
was your brother younger than you? Because I seem to hear the phrase he called me a little shit.
that's so cute.
um, yeah. Um,
Yeah, sibling rivalry does not die. That's for sure. Oh, and Tammy Jones, hold on. I love all the bird references. Like, I love how they can use birds. Like, that's so beautiful. But she was saying, sorry, it takes me a minute to copy and paste it. Yeah, she said after her dad passed, she started seeing red cardinals. One would watch her through the kitchen window until I asked it to stop. So now I don't see them anymore because I was afraid he was there. Oops. For mom. For my mom. I don't see them anymore now. Sometimes, yeah, we have to realize that there's never really anything harmful. Some people say that about owls and ravens. Some people have negative beliefs, but I don't. So they're just peeking in on you. And Regina's. Oh, Michelle said that her brother he was 18 months younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's funny. So if you did get a reading tonight, Jamie can be found. Give me a second because I got to find your little banner. You can go right to the website. And remember, we will never message you. Like, we're not going to message you after this and say somebody's attached to you or that your dad has a super important message for you and you must pay $99.99 right now. No, we won't do that. Right here is our website, and that's where you can find all our trusted mediums. Jamie's right there, and we also have, Jamie has Spring 25 for $22 off an hour session, which is amazing.
And I believe I do have availability tomorrow morning, and I believe some tomorrow evenings still open for. So
wonderful. And I'll tell you, Jamie does a wonderful job with pets too. Like, they've really helped me when I've lost some of mine in the past year. So she was just awesome. Thank you so much. Jennifer says we are amazing. And you got kudos. Angie was saying you're doing a wonderful job and said, oh, I was doing a good job crocheting. I've made this blanket before. My problem is that my hand went through a mixer about 5 months ago. So I'm still kind of recovering, and I have our first granddaughter coming. So I really want to make her own blanket, not a hand-me-down. So
Mhm.
there we go. And Angie said, thank you for your time. We're both amazing. Jamie did a wonderful job. So if Jamie did give you a reading tonight, please, in exchange, give them a nice review over on the link and stuff. It helps. It's a nice energy exchange. And it really feels good as mediums just to get a little acknowledgement and validation. I'm sorry, but at time, the extra energy does take quite a bit from them.
Hmm.
So thank you if you would do that in exchange. And I'm going to give you their link one more time before we go. Takes me. I don't know why I can't. Sometimes I can find it right away, and other times I can't. But it's at psychicinsights.life. There we go. Jamie, there we go. And spring25, all caps, is your code for $22 off an hour. And they do have availabilities. Okay. So thank you. Thank you so much, Jamie. I hope you have a good night. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you for your help as well.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. Have a good night, honey.
Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.